Oh, Lord. There we are. We are live. What's up, everybody? Everybody. Yeah. Y'all remember the Backstreet Boys? Oh gosh, I just dated myself. Were they in the 90s? Or was that more like the 2000s? I don't remember. Whew. That was a long time ago. The Backstreet Boys. What's up, everybody? There he is! Welcome. Welcome. I'm pinching your head.
The Backstreet Boys?
Yeah, you remember the Backstreet Boys?
I do.
Everybody,
Yeah,
yeah, rock your body.
yeah.
We're doing the short-term rental tip of the day.
Got
Join us. Join us. Would you care to join us? John doesn't even know what the short-term rental tip of the day is
I know. You
because
never told me.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge today. Watch out. Anyway, so here we are. And today's short term rental tip of the day is brought to you by our experience that we have had in the past week and has to do with beds, body bags, and bees. And if you haven't listened to the podcast that just dropped on Monday, go listen to it. We talk about the full story.
Association.
The full story was revealed on the podcast, the Cash Flow Couple podcast. Go check it out. So there was, and we also talked about a little bit about the short term rental tip of the day on Tuesday too. So we've learned lots. We've learned lots here in the past week or so. So last week we had the beds and body bags shenanigans situation guffaw. What a great word. And yesterday we had bees. We had bees. So now we've had beds, body bags, and bees. So what I learned, and today's short-term rental tip of the day is that we could not have gotten all of this taken care of if we had not had a database. We were able to get all of this stuff resolved in, gosh, hours. Hours, just a couple of hours, just by contacting the people in our database. And we now have a new person to add to our database, and I wrote his name down right here so that I could remember to put it in my database. And I never thought that I would need a beekeeper in my database, but apparently we do. And now we're just about to have one because I'm just about to put him in our database. And our database is, we've been doing this for, gosh, I want to say 3 years now. So it's quite extensive now. Now it has grown and it has many entries. Our one of our mentors that has been a mentor of ours for years and years. His name is Tyler Sheff, and he has a podcast called the Cash Flow Guys podcast, which is really good. It's real estate related, and he told us from the very beginning to start a database. And let me tell you, it has come in handy numerous times and has been so worth the effort that I do not regret starting it and putting time into it, like, ever, because it's just invaluable now. I can't imagine I can't imagine not having it now. Now that we have it, I can't imagine not having it because it's my go-to every time we need something done. So, for example, we needed someone to move a bed for us, and all I had to do was call my mover man, who was in my database, right? And yesterday we needed somebody to move some bees for us, and I didn't know who to call. I did not have a beekeeper in my database yet, but I'm just about to because here he is right here. I just happened to write his name down and I'm about to put him in our database. So now we have a new category, beekeeper, in our database. And our database is all it is. Yes, body bags, Joshua, body bags. Yes, yes. Go listen to the podcast because it's a story. And truth is oftentimes stranger than fiction. And this happens to be one of those times. So go check out the podcast. I believe it's called Beds and Body Bags, actually. It just dropped on Monday. We just published it on Monday. Oh, it's the Cash Flow Couple podcast. Children getting ice. Yes. You better pick those ice cubes up off that floor, girl. Leaving puddles on my floor. I know you hear me. Uh huh. So, anyway, and our database started off very, very simply. It's a Google spreadsheet, and it's got tabs at the bottom. That's it. That's all it is. And I believe our first tab was buyers. Our second tab was like attorneys, like real estate attorneys. And then our third tab was real estate agents. And now it's grown. And now we have like 20 tabs because we put our mover guy, HVAC, roof, electricians, plumbers, you name it, fireplace people, handyman, CPA, bookkeepers, you name it. And now beekeepers is going to be a new category in our database, and I'm lucky to have it. So, but it started off very, very modestly, and over time, over these past 3 years, we have added to it, and now it is our go-to go-to resource for anything that we might need, be it movers or beekeepers, right? So that is the short-term rental tip of the day, is to keep a database and start very simply, and you will not regret it, because when you need something, all you have to do is go into your database, see if you can find somebody that matches what you need, and call them. Their phone number's there, their name's there, their email address, and I usually keep a little note. So I'll say one column is name, phone number, email, and then notes like what have they done for us at what property, right? So this particular guy, this beekeeper, I'm going to put his name, his phone number, his email address, and that he, removed some bees from this particular property. And I may put what date on there or something. But it's just that simple. It's just that simple. And every time we meet someone or network with someone, we put their information in our database, and literally it takes like 2 minutes to enter all that information into there. And it saves so much time later on down in the road. You're like, who was that guy that we talked to? a couple of months ago who did such and such. All I have to do is go look at my database and bam, there he is. And his contact information. So go get a database. We could not have pulled off any of this success, if you want to call it success. I kind of do. Even though the bed was in the guest's mind, it was a failure. In my mind, it was a success because we got it done in like 3 hours. So I think that it was a success. I learned from it, right? So, and failure is inevitable. It's going to happen. It's an inevitable. It's an inevitable occurrence on your journey to success. So, that's the way it is. But you learn from failure, right? That's how you learn. So, and what I have learned is to keep a database. That's what I learned from all of this that just happened to us, from beds to body bags to bees. I learned that keeping a database is invaluable, and it helped us be successful in this past week and lots of other times too, to be quite honest. So I hope that helps. And it doesn't, of course, it doesn't have to be, this big, huge thing. I mean, it could just be something very simple like a Google spreadsheet with a bunch of tabs at the bottom, right? And names, phone numbers, email addresses, and that's it. That's all it is. It's very simple and very, very effective. Very effective. So, yes, Joshua, go check it out. You'll enjoy it. It's quite the story. It's quite the story. So, I hope that helps. I hope it gives you some motivation to go start your own database and keep your own database. You will not regret it, I promise. And if you haven't checked out the podcast, go check out the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. It's available everywhere. The Cashflow Couple podcast, so that you can learn about beds and body bags and pretty soon bees. All right, everybody. Y'all have a fantastic day, a fantastic weekend. And if you want to know more about short-term rentals, come and join our community. We are in Facebook, the Cashflow Couple community. We hope to see you over there. Bye.